What's going on, everybody? You see a Jaguar back with GenJag.com, and shit has gotten real, guys. It was one thing when we kind of squeaked by the Bills and beat them by a score of 10-3 with really no offensive production, but we just beat a bully, a big bad bully of the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers, by a score of 45-42, and instead of moving from the wild card to the divisional round, we now move from the divisional round of the NFL playoffs to the AFC Championship game. One win away from the Super Bowl. There are 4 teams left, and it is an exciting time to be a Jaguar fan. It really is. But before we move on and talk about the matchup with the GOAT, Tom Brady, the player that's basically been the gateway to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has been in the last 7 AFC Championship games. We will go ahead and recap this Jaguars versus Pittsburgh Steelers game. So let's get it. Now, going into this game, a lot of people were picking against the Jaguars just because the offense was not moving at all the last couple games. If you go back to the Titans game we played in Nashville, the offense just couldn't get anything going, and obviously that was a huge concern. Then the next week, you play against the Bills, and what was the lowest scoring wild card matchup in NFL history. So the offense only put up 10 points against the Buffalo Bills, and obviously that's a huge concern. And on top of that, the X factor in our offense, really the player that we drafted at number 4 overall to be the identity of our offense, Leonard Fournette, just wasn't running the ball like he was during the first 8 weeks of the season. It just seemed like he was really slowing down, and it just seemed like he was really hindered by his ankle. But the Jaguars offense went out firing this game, taking the opening kickoff, driving down the field to score the opening touchdown. And this was a lot of it due to Leonard Fournette just playing at the elite running back level we wanted him to be when he drafted him. He, on 25 attempts, he went for 104 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 critical touchdowns, and he was just crazy good this game. One of my favorite plays by him was when on 4th and 2, they trusted him to be able to run the ball in, and this isn't 4th and a half a yard, this isn't 4th and 1, this is 4th and 2, so you got a lot of cushion. He got that ball, put his foot down at the 3.5 yard line, and jumped over and went into the end zone. That was crazy, just the amount of elevation that he got that play. And another player I want to highlight is Blake Bortles. Now, when I did my recap yesterday, I didn't really realize how good Blake actually was, just because in the first half there were a couple of third down throws that I thought were kind of bad placements by him and kind of stopped the drive. But the second half of the game, he was doing extremely well, making all kinds of plays. I mean, he was crazy good on third down, really just being able to convert on key situations for us. He was also our second leading rusher with 35 yards rushing. That was on 5 attempts. So he is really getting things done with his legs and making plays when they really need to be made. But it wasn't only Blake Bortles making plays, it was the recipients of his plays. Basically, if you look at the stat line, it doesn't seem like Blake Bortles really did all that well. 14 for 16 with 1 touchdown. But the thing is, those 14 completions came to 9 different players. There were so many different players with 1 reception that really just made big plays, you know what I mean? And in these games, when your number is being called, you need to be able to make plays to be able to move on. You get some notable guys like Keelan Cole. He had 1 reception, but that 1 reception went for 45 yards. So a huge play of the game, obviously, led to a touchdown. Koyak, 21-yard gain, first down. You got O'Shaughnessy, 1 catch, 19 yards, first down. Bohannon, 1 reception, 14 yards with 1 touchdown. That was crazy good, and we'll get to that in a minute. But Allen Hurns, 1 reception, 12 yards. That led to a first down on third down. And just these players, when their numbers were being called, they were making up plays, and that's just huge because you're not looking back and saying, hey, this play could have been there. If you would have caught it, it would have been totally different. That's one thing that really hurt us during the Titans game, especially when, like, D.D. Westbrook, his number was called and he missed a catch. But all these guys, their number was called, and they made plays from the quarterback to the receivers. So it was a really good game offensively, and on the O-line getting a lot of push. It was just tremendous. Now, one player I want to highlight real quick, because we all look at Leonard Fournette and Blake Bortles, obviously, but TJ Yeldon had a tremendous game. He went 20 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown came after Fournette was hurt, and he basically took the ball on back-to-back plays in the red zone on the 5-yard line, took it, ran up about a yard, and then on the second carry, took it up, ran about 4 yards in for the touchdown. So he was super reliable. He had 57 yards receiving, leading receiver on the team. Obviously, one of those was from a 4th down reception that was on a third and 5. Crucial play. It was a really good throw by Blake to be able to lead him, to get him in stride, and a good job by Yeldon to be able to run the sidelines. And that might not have even been his best play. He had one play that when it was like a 3rd down, it was a screen play, and he broke a tackle that over 50% of running backs would have gone down, but he was able to break it and keep running along the sideline. So it was a tremendous effort by Yeldon. Another thing that I really liked from Yeldon was how when Blake Bortles had that 3rd and 10, he decided to run the ball. Yeldon laid a crucial block on shit-talking Mike Mitchell, and it was great. I mean, Yeldon, huge shout out to you, man. It was really, you were a healthy scratch to start the year. Looks like you and Chris Ivory kind of flip-flop positions, and I'm sure the Jaguars coaches are happy that they decided to make Chris Ivory the healthy scratch and not TJ Yeldon. The Jaguars offense that game, tremendous performance. Really good job by Nate Hackett that game. He called really just a really good game when he knew that we were going to have to start letting Blake throw the ball a little bit, and that's what he did. He opened up the playbook a lot. Was able to scheme up some ways to make this offense really good this game. My favorite call by him was the Tommy Bohannon touchdown catch, because we were in a situation where we were basically running on 1st and 2nd down, just trying to wear the clock down, because I think that was within 5 minutes of the game. You know, we were running 1st, 2nd down, converting 3rd downs, which was really good, but that play came on like a 2nd and 8, and you thought that they were going to be running the ball. Bohannon was in there as the fullback. He came up to fake like he was going to block that middle linebacker. He totally bid on it. The linebacker literally came and tried to tackle Fournette as Tommy Bohannon just had an easy touchdown pass. And it was almost kind of scary just because it was such an easy throw and such an easy catch where it was like you're kind of standing there, you don't really know what to do. But luckily we were able to get that, and it was a key moment in the game. And obviously Lambeau was money. 6 for 6 on field goals, on extra points, and 1 field goal for 45 yards. He was crucial in this game because he scored 9 points, and the game came down to a 3-point game, so we needed every bit out of that. This dude is freaking money. What a great find by Dave Caldwell and his staff. Now, when you go to the defense, it obviously wasn't as good as a performance as he wanted. They put up 42 points on the defense. Big Ben played a tremendous game. 37 for 58, 64% completion percentage. 469 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So Big Ben, he was able to make a lot of just tremendous throws. I mean, you see those 4 deep balls that happen. I mean, you pretty much put that 1 deep ball at the end of the first half on Gibson as he let the guy over the top, Martavis Bryant, for the touchdown. But the other balls were just perfect throwing catches. I mean, the 2 to Antonio Brown, AJ Boye was pretty much draped all over him. I mean, on that 1 touchdown catch, Antonio Brown literally caught the ball and AJ Boye's arm, and you saw that throw to Le'Veon Bell on a wheel route right in the bucket. Talon Smith was draped on him, and they were just tremendous throws by Ben Roethlisberger and just great throwing catches. I mean, they're the killer beasts for a reason. The Steelers have more offensive weapons than any other team in the NFL, I believe. However, one thing that this defense did really well was turnovers and 4th down turnover on downs. Now, the Jaguars had 2 turnovers this game, 1 interception, 1 fumble. The interception came from Miles Jack, where he had a tremendous tip-up interception inbounds, which 1 play later led to a red zone touchdown from Leonard Fournette, where he basically ran up on the right edge for a touchdown. That was really good. And obviously, Big Ben, when Yannick Ngakoue strip-sacked him, it led to a Telvin Smith scoop and score for a touchdown. Those are 14 out of our 45 points. Huge plays by the defense. And also 4th down conversions. One of the fourth down conversions, one of the fourth down turnover on downs happened, and it led to a TJ Yeldon touchdown later that drive. Also, another turnover on downs in the fourth quarter eventually led to a Leonard Fournette touchdown. So if you look at the turnovers combined with the fourth down turnover on downs, those are 28 points of the game. So those were huge momentum swingers, and who knows what would have happened if we didn't have those plays. Now, I thought Telvin Smith had a really good game. I thought Miles Jack had a really good game. I thought even Jalen Ramsey had a pretty good game. AJ Boye, not necessarily his best game, but you know what I mean. They were just he was pretty tight in coverage, and you know I'm just kind of like nitpicking almost on that. But I'm kind of here more for celebration as opposed to really like critiquing all these guys. But if there's one thing that I'm most worried about that we didn't do very well this game was just the four-man pass rush. It just wasn't getting there. But we know what this defensive line is, so I definitely not expect them to work hard to be able to go to the film room, see what they have to work on to be able to get pressure against New England, because you are not going to be able to blitz Tom Brady. Just the numbers speak for itself. Will just pick apart a blitzing defense, so we're going to have to get four-man pressures against Tom Brady. Now, Jaguar fans, we have earned this, man. We are 2-0 in the 2017 playoffs, and it's been just incredible. We are playing in the AFC Championship game this weekend. One of 4 teams left in the playoffs, one of 4 teams still alive, and it is just so crazy. Never really gone through anything like this before. This is going to go down, no matter what happens, as one of the best seasons in Jaguar history. But we are 1 win away from the Super Bowl, and with this team and this defense, this team loves each other, and I really do think we have what it takes to go to the Super Bowl and win it. So this is just such a fun time to be a Jaguar fan. I'm super hyped for this Sunday, but let's go ahead and enjoy this time. So you never know when it'll end, but it's just been such a fun run. We deserve this. We've been through so much crap this last decade, you know, going through Blaine Gabbert, Mike Mularkey, like Gus Bradley, just all the bad stuff, and we are sitting here in the AFC Championship game. So awesome. So with all that said, that's all I got. I really don't care how the Jaguars win these games, as long as they win. You know, the first game, it was an ugly win, winning 10-3. This last game came for a little more highlights as we won 45-42, but these Jaguars are finding a way to get it done, and it's super exciting. Now, before I go, remember, Generation Jaguar is running a giveaway right now. The link will be down below to be able to enter yourself in this and win some Jaguar playoff swag, 2018 like benefits for Generation Jaguar, to be determined autograph items, so all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, this is You See a Jaguar, obviously with GenJag.com. Go Jags, baby, and we signing out.
I was kind of wondering why they were so confident, because we stomped their ass last time.
I ain't got too much to say, but y'all make sure y'all bring that same energy out here next week and the week after. We going to the Super Bowl, and we going to win that bitch. We going to win that bitch. Dude.